Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Titans Return Leader Class Blaster. And here he is. And he's in his typical boombox mode or blaster, I guess. I think that was like a slang term for boombox or guess stereo, I guess, whatever. But a boombox. I call it a boombox, so I'm going to call it a boombox. End of story. But here he is, and you can definitely tell that it's definitely more modern than they tried to modernize it. You know, the boombox can, I would say, be put more into a more futuristic or modern take than just a cassette player. You know, boomboxes I think are synonymous with a lot of generations of culture. I didn't grow up with cassettes, or like, I'm not that old. I grew up listening to cassettes, but I didn't grow up in this era, obviously. But I still knew what a boombox was. So I think adapting a boombox to a more modern style like Blaster here is much better than like Soundwave. You know, Soundwave has turned into many different things, but Blaster has kind of been able to stay like the same throughout all of his incarnations. So yeah, there's nothing really to it. You get a handle, you know, you can carry him around, and if you can hear that rattling, that is his headmaster. And I always, because he's not a vehicle, he can't really go anywhere. He can't go in the tape deck. He can't go anywhere else. So I just put him inside. And the headmaster, I just have him folded up. But he is sculpted like Blaster. He's sculpted like Blaster, and I'm pretty sure his name is Twincast. And if you don't know, Twincast is the rebuilt version of Blaster from Transformers the Headmasters, and he is blue and yellow, and his legs are, I think they're darker gray or black. I can't remember. But mainly he's blue and yellow. I think they did just make, yeah, for Legacy Evolution they made a Twincast, but that's his name. I love the like reference, but I'm just gonna fold him up and keep him off or no, we'll need him a little bit later, but I'll just put him off the side. Before I so yeah, before I get into transforming him, I did see on eBay someone was doing a custom of this toy. It was a custom of this toy, and it was colored to be a Twincast. So it was blue and yellow, and it looked absolutely phenomenal. It looked very, very good, but the person wanted $80, which is a hefty price. I don't know how much this toy is now. He was a leader, so I want to say he was $40, $50 back in 2016, 2017, 2016, 2017. Either way, I really like this toy, and I think it would be awesome to have that. But $80 is a lot of money. But I store his gun on the back in one of these screw holes. Or no, that's not a screw hole. I think that's actually where it's meant to go. This hole right here, because it's not mirrored. So I think that's where it's supposed to go. And his gun is like every other blaster gun with the scope and the general shape. So I'm gonna put that off the side, and you can open the tape deck, and this is just a cassette thing, just some piece of plastic, and you can sit Twincast in it. I don't know which way he goes, but I guess this way, or I think no, I thought there's some little pegs right there. That you can set him on, like this, maybe. No, those are too big. But you can see like a pause and play button right there. So I don't really know what this is. It more pertains to one of the modes we will get to. So once again, we'll put this off to the side. And I know they did ram horn, eject, eject or rewind. I know they did buzzsaw, and they are in the same shape. They're like phones, like smartphones of this era. Those are the only ones that I can remember off the top of my head. Maybe I think they did Ravage and like some orange repaint of Ravage, and they can obviously go in Blaster and Soundwave. So yeah. So one of the gimmicks of this era, especially with the leader class toys, was that instead of just transforming into the robot mode, they could transform into a base mode that could attach to Fort Max or Trypticon. And obviously, Blaster is a leader class, so he can do that. So to get there, I'll try. I can't quite remember, so if I mess something up, then it's just wrong, and I apologize for that in advance. But so I think you start with folding that down, and folding this down, and opening this. So there is a ramp right here, a connecting little ramp. I am missing one right here because it's just like a friction hinge. It's not like a true like pinned hinge. That is something I think should have been changed, but it's okay. And now we come back here and we disconnect the arms and we pivot them around, bring them up, and then we'll deal with that when we get to the front. And you can see that there are two hinges right here that could be utilized as well. And for the feet, which these will become the feet, you can flip this up. It's like a radar. I can't remember if these are supposed to fold out like this or if they're supposed to stay in. I'll just leave it out just so you can see it. And on this side, I don't know what that is, but like so. And there's that, so the bottom. Now these, you pivot this down and then flip out that gun, or you can angle them, give it a little bit of flair, but I think I can't quite remember. It's been quite a while since I have played with this toy, and it's been quite a while since I've just even touched it. So I can't quite remember. And now, here, you're supposed to flip that up. And I think you're supposed to, flip this up. The glass or whatever. I don't really know. Maybe that's supposed to stay down. I can't remember. I'll just flip both of them up. So, there he is. It's a... Oh, wait. You got to take this, and there are two tabs, and there are two slots right there, and you can see that it perfectly conforms over the handle like so. And now we can take like the gun and we can just put it like right there as a little turret, and now we can take a twin cast and we'll just set him down right there, and there you go. There we go. And is this the greatest base mode ever? No, it's not. But is it fun? Is it cool? Yes. Does it incentivize the want to make a big base mode with Fort Max and Trypticon and all the other leader class toys? Yes. I think this is an awesome idea to do this and to make Fort Max like a true city. And then you can bring in like if you can like connect them right or get like adapters, you can connect like Omega Supreme and Scorponok, all the modulators and guys from the War for Cybertron trilogy. I think that this is an awesome idea of this like modular city building idea. Like there's probably hundreds upon maybe hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of pictures and customs of people making giant Autobot Decepticon cities with duplicates of these toys, Fort Max. Like I know there's a super common one where they take Fort Max and Metroplex, and they make like a legit auto, and they like painted it, and they made like an Autobot city from the '86 movie, and that's what I really like about this toy. You know, it's not the greatest. You know, a lot of bases, especially like a toy like him that wasn't made to be a base, isn't perfect. But even if you didn't have Fort Max, you can have, you know, like, this is just like a Halo figurine of the Master Chief from Mega Bloks. You know, you could have him inhabit it, and then have your other little legends, or like I have Top Shot, I think, from Siege, you know, just like that. it still is a good enough little base to be fun, as him as a big toy, or just have him Twincast just plugged on to one of the little dots, or little pegs. Just he's not gonna stay, but just standing there, being cool. And I really like the idea. Is it the most successful idea? I don't think so. I don't think it was, but is it still cool? Is it still fun? Yeah, I'd say so. And for how easy it was to get to here, it's not too bad. So yeah. So now we're going to go from this, to robot mode. So now we can start with Twincast. We can just fold him in half, and there we go. And good look at his head. Kind of looks like the new Mirage head, kind of. The Studio Series Mirage face. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Take the gun off, like so. Take this piece off, and I'm just going to put this back in, and we'll close these pieces up, and then close up the tape. Now we'll close, or we'll leave those up. We'll flip the ramp up, and we'll flip these guns up, and we'll straighten the arms out, and we can just pull out the fists from the sides. So now here, we can disconnect this, and it's just on a tab, and then close that up. And now for the foot, we'll flip this out, and I guess if you want more heel support, you can leave that out, but I always flip it in. And now we will close up the leg, like so, pivot it, and I think the new Legacy / Kingdom / Legacy one works like this. I don't know. I don't own that toy. I will someday, but I think it works similar to this. It wraps around, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. And we'll just move that leg down like so. And now repeat and close all that up. Bring that in. Flip out the foot or the toe. And then we'll close it up like that. And you can see the little shimmery plastic on the legs. Never really noticed that, but it's a nice touch. I like it. And now we'll raise the camera up just a little bit. And now we'll bring the arms down like so. Get him straightened out and everything. Work the ankle pivot, ankle tilt, ankle pivot, whatever. Now we'll flip out the helmet, and now we'll bring that down. And I guess even because with this helmet, already looking fairly decent and accurate, you probably don't even need to have the headmaster, or you could have any headmaster in there. But since we have a Twincast, we will put him in. And you see that little notch, that little bump on the back of his legs fits into a notch, and then this wraps all the way around that, like that. And now we can give him his gun, put it in this hand, and there we go. And yeah, I really like it. It's a simple transformation. Just has enough flair to make it interesting, but it has, and to reinvent the transformation, but it has enough similarities and simplicity that makes it relatable to the original, which I grew up with the original, and familiar, and its simplicity makes it fun to just flip back and forth. I really like it. It's just super simple, reliable, and the transformation respects the original with, the arms go out and the legs go up and the head goes back. But, or technically that's not right, but wait. Yeah, technically the arms don't go out, they go in. But whatever, you get what I'm saying. Basic thing, the head goes back and the legs go up. But I still really like it. It's still a super fun toy. It respects what the original toy did, but it reinvents itself and makes it itself interesting and not redundant. and I really like it. He has a host of some very nice joints. Most of this is ratchet joint. He has no waist swivel, but because of his waist swivel and his size, I really like how, like, like solid he is. You can just grab him and, just do that. I don't know, like, what, I don't really know. Just, yeah, his legs are hollow. He doesn't feel as weighty as, like, like something semblance to the same size now, like Commander Class Ultra Magnus. He's not as weighty and dense as he is, or like the 07 leaders. He's not big enough or like dense enough to be them, but I still like him, even with his like lightweightness. He gives off the energy of Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. Is that he's definitely a lightweight toy, and his height makes up for him being more lightweight, but he still is a nice, sturdy toy. I don't feel like I'm going to break him. Like, I don't feel like he's, going to get broken. And he is a very shining example, or less him, because he was in a line with some very good toys, especially very good leaders. But, yeah, he still has very good articulation, and he holds up today with his articulation. He can't really kick up all the way, but he does a very, very nice job with his articulation, and how modern it is for being, like, a fairly late leader. He's not, even though he's tall, he's not, you could definitely see with, like, the lack of weight that they definitely had to start cutting things with the leader class to make them more fit into their budget. And then, obviously, in Siege, they're like, yeah, we can't make them this tall. And, yeah. But I still really, really like it, even though it has these tiny little qualms that really don't matter. This toy holds up very, very well today, and it held up awesomely back in the day. And I remember playing with this toy. Like, I got it, I think I got it, I want to say maybe around the same time as I got Ultra Magnus, maybe after, I can't remember. I got Ultra Magnus way later than Combiner Wars, but I still really like this toy. Like the paint. This is before the Prime War, or Power of the Primes. So all of this stuff is paint. This is like a Tampo or something. I don't know what it is. It's not paint, but like, I think that's paint maybe. That's like a Tampo, but a nice one. Like, can't scratch it off. That's paint. His head visor thing is paint, and you can't see his eyes. You can't see the headmaster's eyes, but the mouth lines up good enough. And I know a lot of people that own this toy for the fact that he is like the comic version. They have, like the new Kingdom Legacy one for their G1 cartoon, and then they have this one for the G1 comics. And I really don't care which one. I like both the designs. And I don't really care if he looks like the comic one, or he looks like the G1 one, or he looks fair, or like an amalgamation of the two, or he looks completely different. I still really like the toy, love the feel, love the impeccable articulation for his time and era. Like, well, let's do a quick pose right here. Like, that easy. Really the only toy line where you could just, bam, make a super quick pose is Siege and this modern era. Obviously these toys, Time's Return toys, they had very nice articulation. I'm not saying which one is better, but this toy, it holds up very, very well, and there's a reason why people still have this one and haven't bought the new one. And I really like it. It's just a super fun toy. So yeah, and like I said, I don't know how much this toy is now, like on eBay or on the aftermarket or buying it new. I have no clue how much it is, but I've always loved Blaster, and I love this toy. And yeah, I just really, really like it. Love the toy. It's just really fun, really cool. Love the look, his blockiness. He's super. He's I like him because he's big enough that he doesn't feel like you were had by Hasbro with like him being short or light or whatever, but he doesn't feel huge to where, you can't really take him anywhere, I am whatever, that's more of a conversation for later, but I think this is a perfect size for a leader class toy. I think this is a perfect size, about the size of my hand, around 10 inches, around 10 inches. Doesn't have to be super heavy. Doesn't have to have die cast or any fancy thing. Just needs to be a bigger toy. Simple transformation, decent articulation, a little bit of a gimmick. That's what I think a leader class should be. Is just this toy, or like not Siege Ultra Magnus, like Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. That's what I think. Just a super fun, simple toy that's fairly big. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. So, till next time, see ya.